Rep the South Side whenever you pay with your White Sox debit card from Wintrust Community Banks and score perks like free ATMs, no monthly fees, and a $300 opening bonus. Pay with pride every time with Wintrust, Chicago's bank.
Hey everybody, it's Chuck Garfien. Welcome to the White Sox Podcast. It is brought to you as always by our great friends at Wintrust, Chicago's bank. Show your team pride with a White Sox debit card. Get yours at wintrust.com/Sox. Member FDIC, EHL lender. All right, on the podcast today, it is a conversation with first-round draft pick Billy Carlson, who grew up in Southern California, one of the best shortstops in America. He's a defensive whiz, and he's here on the podcast in Chicago at the ballpark to talk about what it means to be a part of this White Sox franchise and the kind of player he is, the kind of teammate he is, the kind of leader he is on the field. And he tells an amazing story about one White Sox player who texted him soon after he was drafted. And that one player is Colson Montgomery, fellow shortstop, reaching out to Billy. So this is a great conversation with a young kid who has a bright future, and a bright future with the White Sox. Billy Carlson, here on the White Sox Podcast. Here we go. All right, here with first-round pick of the White Sox, Billy Carlson. How does that sound, by the way, first-round pick?
It sounds good to me. Oh, sorry about that. It sounds great.
Gotta put the microphone next to you.
It sounds really good to me. I mean, I'm super happy to be here, and just this is awesome.
What do you love about baseball?
I think just the competitiveness, honestly, just competing against the best. Like, I've done it since I've been 9 years old, 10 years old, you know, so just continuing to compete against the best and giving myself a true challenge. So, yeah.
When you're on the field and White Sox fans watch you, what are they going to see?
I like to play with a lot of energy. I like to play loose, having fun. So I think they'll just see like a kid just out there having fun.
We were talking before this conversation began, and this is your first time really in Chicago.
Yeah.
In Chicago. What do you know about this city? You're from Southern California.
Yeah, I mean, my mom has some family out here, a lot of cousins that I've never met. So that's kind of always been in the back of my mind, like, oh, I have family out there, just never got to meet them. But now, definitely like an outlet to go meet them. They're going to be here at the game today, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So
you're known for your defense, and you are a shortstop. Why is the shortstop position, why has that been your position? Why did that speak to you at such a young age and you can thrive at it?
Yeah, I just been, honestly, I always tell people when I was a little kid, always watching Quick Pitch in my mom and dad's room.
Oh, on MLB Network?
MLB Network, yeah, doing all that at night. That was my routine every night. I'm watching Quick Pitch, watching all the highlight plays at shortstop, and like mimicking them in my mom and dad's room, trying to make the plays and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of just been it. That's where it kind of sparked the first love for shortstop. Brandon Phillips, I know he's not a Sox player, but he was like one of my idols growing up. Like the glove flips he would do, that kind of stuff just really intrigued me, and I wanted to be like him.
Now, you grew up an Angels fan, right?
Yeah, or I wouldn't say like crazy fan, but yeah, just because I was a local team around, that was the kind of team I kind of rooted for, I guess.
So I was talking with Jaden, and he grew up a White Sox fan, and he hated the Cubs. Did you hate the Dodgers?
I did. That was kind of. I think I hated the Dodgers more than I liked the Angels. So that was good thing I didn't go there, right?
Yeah. All of a sudden you're drafted by the Dodgers, and this team that you hated growing up. Well, now you love them now. So you went to Corona High School.
Yes, sir.
I heard a story that you were recruiting players in your area to play with your team. Is that true?
I wouldn't say that's fully true. I was best friends with Seth Hernandez since we were about 13, 14 years old. Maybe, I would say 13. And playing the video game together, and he was not playing high school baseball yet. He wasn't planning on going to high school. He's going to kind of go to academy, get stronger, all that kind of stuff, no high school. So I was like, dude, it was sophomore year now. I was like, dude, like, come to one of our games. I want you to see what it's like, right? So he comes to one of our games and like instantly was like, dude, I want to play. It was playoffs, so he's like, I want to play in this environment. This is awesome. So the next year, junior year, he was like, I'm gonna go play at Corona. And I was like, hell yeah, right? We're gonna be better. Awesome. I get my best friend there. So that's kind of how it worked out. It was a long process, but he was just my best friend. And then after he came, a lot of people wanted to come and kind of just get the exposure and play with a really good team. So I wouldn't say it was fully my like recruiting. It was more just having a best friend that's really good at baseball.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've been told that the games that you guys played in Southern California, I mean, it is a pretty popular, jam-packed, loud environment, big spotlight for high school. It's not your typical high school situation. Would you agree with that? Is that what it is?
No,
basically?
for sure. I think the SoCal, like, just competition and high school competition is pretty elite. Like, you have really good players all along Southern California. So it's just super cool to go against them. And yeah, they definitely do get intense, the games.
All right, so what kind of teammate are you?
Yeah, I like to think I'm a caring guy. Like, I like to make sure everyone around me is taken care of and making sure that on the field everyone is getting talked to, getting a little love. And so, yeah, I think that's the kind of the guy I am. I like to just care about others. I think I learned that from my dad from a young age.
Is leadership important to you?
For sure. I think that goes hand in hand with caring about other people, right? Like, treat others the way you want to be treated. I think if your teammates kind of realize that, they'll kind of have a respect for you and want to follow you, right?
Yeah, not everyone wants to be a leader, and
No
that's
doubt.
okay if you do or you don't. I personally like it.
Yeah.
Right? You connect with that baseball player. You want to be a leader in the clubhouse?
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's what the greats did. I want to be a really great player and hopefully lead this franchise to a World Series, right? So I think that comes with having a great leader. So
What are your expectations for yourself, for your career?
yeah, I mean, I want to become the best possible player I can be. I mean, obviously, don't want to lose sight of kind of playing for God too. Like, I want to kind of show little kids that it's possible to be really good at baseball, but while also shining like Jesus Christ, showing little kids that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, the life. So I think that's a super important part of my career, not as well as just being a great baseball player, but kind of shining light on that as well.
So you get drafted by the White Sox. Tell me about draft day.
Yeah. Super, I think exciting. I wasn't too stressed out until like 6-7 picks were in, and I was like, dude, I want to get my name called. But I think it happened. God, like I said, God, it was in His hands, and I think He made an awesome plan for me, and I'm super excited to be here. But yeah, I was super in shock of my name being called. Like, I didn't get a phone call or anything like that. My agent was like, you're probably going to go in the next few picks, pretty broad, so I didn't really know what was going to happen. But yeah, my name got called, and just as surprised as everyone else that was there, right? So I think that was pretty cool, kind of being surprised with everyone else. So
What are you learning about the White Sox?
yeah, I think just everyone here, whether it's in Arizona here, is just super helpful, and they just all want to help me get here, right? So I think it's been super awesome, and just talking to everyone's super great.
So I was talking to 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗏, who is the director of scouting and player development for the White Sox. And so Mike spoke with you. I guess some other people spoke to you about some hitting ideas, hitting thoughts for you.
Yep.
And 2 days after the draft, you had already texted him hitting videos at like 11 o'clock at night Pacific time.
Yeah.
Right? Can you take the story from here? What was this about?
Yeah, I mean, right after got drafted, went straight to work, got into the cage, and I was super happy with some of the swings, and I was like, hey, Mike, check these out, just to, obviously super excited to kind of be a team with him, right? So I was just trying to keep him in the loop and stuff, So, yeah, he was super, I guess, stoked with that, and yeah, just super excited to kind of get to work.
Yeah. Where is your hitting right now?
It's really good. I think it's been good. The Bridge League has been a good challenge. There's a lot of big leaguers on rehab down there, a lot of really talented minor league players. So just, getting to compete against them has been really, really awesome, and just kind of adjusting to that has been super cool.
What do you know about Jaden 𝗏𝗏𝗏?
Yeah, I played 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was kind of late onto the scene, like junior summer. Was hearing his name a little bit more, and then got to play with him in some All-American games, and I was like, dang, this kid can really play. So was super happy to kind of see that we picked him, and I actually got picked and kind of went upstairs to do some media stuff with Scotty, and I was like, hey, who was our second pick? And they were like, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I was like, oh, hell yeah, like that's I know him well, and played against him a lot, so it's been super cool to just see his journey as well.
So I'm sure you know about where the White Sox are at and where they're going.
Yeah.
What is it going to mean to be a part of something special with the White Sox and you be a part of that?
Yeah. No, I'm super excited to kind of get going. Our farm system's super amazing. We have a lot of good players down there, so excited to kind of go up with them and just go compete at the highest level with them.
Right. And your mom's from Mexico, right?
Yeah, she was born in Mexico, yeah.
All right. Do you know any Spanish?
Very, very little. Poquito.
Un poquito.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm actually learning a lot more just being around a lot of the Latin players down in Arizona. So that's been super awesome. But, yeah, I'm trying to learn as much as I can, for sure.
Well, we're sitting here in the seats at Wright Field, and we're seeing the big leaguers take batting practice, and you're wearing this jersey. How much does that pump you up about wanting to get here and get to the major leagues?
Super pumped up. Like, this is what you dream of, right? Like, I think when you go down to the bridges, it could seem far away just because you haven't, like, been here, you know? So once I've kind of seen it and stuff, it's super amazing. Like, just really super cool stadium. So it's super exciting.
What players have you met?
Pretty much everybody. I mean, I met Colson. He texted me a little bit, like, right after the draft, was like, hey, man, I'm here if you need anything. So that was super cool. I thought you didn't have to do that, you know, so just speaks to his character. But excited to kind of play with him at some point, right? So
that's really cool. Here's Colson Montgomery, who is a shortstop.
No doubt.
You're a shortstop. And Colson Montgomery, fellow first-round pick, texts you and says, I'm here if you need anything.
Awesome. Yeah, he's just – I told my parents, they're, like, starting to cry, you know, just hearing that. But, yeah, just – definitely speaks to his character. I'm obviously see him killing it on the field too, so super happy for him and just awesome dude.
All right, well, hey, great to meet you.
Thank you. Yeah,
looking forward to the day when you're in that dugout, you're on that field,
no doubt,
and you're at shortstop, wherever it's going to be, and you're starring for the White Sox. Good luck to you, Billy.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, that's a wrap for this edition of the White Sox Podcast. 𝗏cie 𝗰𝗶𝗟, take it away.
All right, Chuck, this edition of the White Sox Podcast is over.